Hey everyone, it's Pastor Tim Ness from St. Mark Lutheran Church in Clifton Heights, Pennsylvania. I hope you're staying well. I hope you're staying healthy and safe wherever you are as you watch this video. I haven't recorded a video in a while for our YouTube channel, and I wanted to share some thoughts to follow up on a line of thinking that I had going in my sermon from yesterday, which was May 10th. So today is May 11th when I'm recording this. In my sermon yesterday, I talked about a few of the practices that I use to cope with anxiety when it arises. Breathing, prayer, some of the thought processes that I use when I find myself in those anxious times. All of them are really great, and I've been using them for a while, and I've used them regularly and even recently. But there is more to my story that I didn't share during worship, mostly just in the interest of time. But the things I'm thinking about and want to follow up on are very important. So I wanted to take some time, since we seem to have plenty of time anyway, and share what else I've been thinking about with you. I want to share more because while I don't think this is the impression that I gave in my sermon, at least I certainly hope not, I do not for a moment want you to believe that people dealing with issues similar to mine, or anything in the realm of mental health, depression, isolation, whatever else, anyone dealing with those things can sort of pray it away, so to speak. Prayer is a huge part of my coping skills, and my whole approach to wellness is rooted in my faith life. But that should never be equated with the idea that we should just sort of somehow sit and believe ourselves into health. We need something else. We need something more. We do not do that kind of thing. We don't just sit and wait when it comes to our physical health. We go to the doctor, we get prescriptions, we go under surgery for things that are major. And so we should not sit and wait around for things to happen with our mental health. The practices I use to cope with my anxiety are methods that I've learned with the benefit of time, and more importantly, with the help of several trained and licensed therapists. Beginning in my sophomore year of college, I have had relationships in nearly every place I have lived, from the college campus to seminary to my internship to here and now. I've had relationships with different therapists to help work through these ongoing issues with anxiety that I've had. There was a time not long ago where admitting that you saw a therapist was an admission of weakness, of some sort of personal failing. I think particularly for men. Now, I think we've come a long way in a short amount of time, relatively, in dispelling that untruth. But I want to say it again anyway. There is no shame in asking for and receiving help when you need it. We find examples of that in Scripture all the time. Even Jesus charged his disciples to share in his ministry, and he continues to do that through the church. We are Christ's body, Christ's disciples, living out our faith in following his example. So if you struggle with anxiety or depression, if you feel overwhelmed or overstressed, if you deal with isolation or loneliness, or even just the general craziness and chaos of the world, ask for help. Find someone you connect with, that you find easy to talk to. Risk the awkwardness of being open and vulnerable with them. If you don't connect with the first therapist you meet, don't give up. There are countless therapists working from a variety of different perspectives and schools of thought. Find someone you feel comfortable with, and it can change everything. The next part of my story that I want to share is wrapped up in what I am doing right now, and that's talking about my experiences. I'm not saying that you need to get up in front of a crowd or record yourself on tape for public consumption like I'm doing in this exact moment, but being able to talk with the people around you, the people you care about, the people you trust, being able to talk with those folks about what you're experiencing can be a huge help in coping with it. I think this is true because being able to talk openly about what you're experiencing takes away the power that things like anxiety can have over you when they exist just in the isolation of your own mind. I talked yesterday a little bit about making peace with my anxiety. Rather than trying to fight it or force myself to stop feeling the way that I'm feeling, I acknowledge its presence more like a friend than an enemy. Naming what you're going through with someone that you trust, in addition to a therapist, of course, is a way of doing exactly that, taking away the power that it has. Now, I would advise you not to make this the sole continuing topic of conversation with your trusted friends or family or whomever you talk to, because relationships are a two-way street, and the people we care about need us to listen to them just as much as we hope they listen to us. But sharing our stuff in sort of an appropriate way with the people that we do trust is incredibly powerful. There's two more things I want to talk about, and thank you for sticking with me thus far. So the second to last thing I want to talk about is medication for mental health issues. This has not been a part of my experience thus far. I've managed to cope with my stuff, so to speak, using the means that I've been describing all along. Breathing, therapy, prayer, talking with trusted friends. But I am completely on board with medication for things like anxiety, depression, or any other mental health issue, because I've seen the positive impact that those medications have on a lot of people. The chemistry of our bodies is inextricably connected to our thoughts and feelings and behaviors. And sometimes medication is the best way to manage that inextricable connection, to manage the incredible amount of chemistry that takes place in our bodies. Now, I know that a lot of these medications have major side effects, and there are a number of other factors to weigh in thinking about whether to take that if you were prescribed it or your practitioner thought that you should. But if a professional suggests a medication, I would just encourage you to be open to it. It could change a lot of things in a positive way. So here's the last thing I want to talk about. And it's quite simply, you are not alone. That's the whole reason that I talk about this stuff in my sermons and in any other venue in the ministries of St. Mark. So that if you hear what I have to say in venues like this or anywhere else, and it resonates with you even just a little, you would know that you're not alone and that you don't have to go it alone. So if you're watching this and you feel like you need help and you don't know where to turn, reach out to us, right? You can go to our website. It's linked in our description of this video, and get in touch. Send us an email, give us a call. We'll put you in contact with resources that we have that can offer a helping hand. So that's it for our video today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable with you all and share some of what I experienced and what's helped me in the journey I've had with anxiety. If you want to support the ministries of St. Mark Lutheran Church, go to our website. Again, that's linked in the description of this video. And right on our front page, there's a giving button. You can click that and follow the prompts and make a gift to our church. And thank you, especially during this pandemic time where we're separated from one another. Your gifts make our ministry possible across this digital distance. So thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also like us on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook at St. Mark Lutheran Church, The Welcome Place. Thanks again, and may God bless you today and all days.